Jetzt haben wir an zwei Chushewe eigenartige Gast. Jetzt haben wir der Chushewe Magze BeEzrat Harav Rabbi Yaron Reuven. Ja, ich pronounce es good?
Yeah, very good, Baruch HaShem.
Okay, und jetzt haben wir der Chushewe Ger Tzedek, was sind zum Beispiel gerade ein Stück Zeit zurück, ich gewinne popular, Harav Rabbi Reuven Yitzchak Teller. Und wir beten heute mal Rav Teller sind zu dusen in der handige Gast. Rav Teller?
Yes, auf Yiddish oder auf Englisch?
Auf Yiddish, aber du kannst introducen, wem uns gar nicht haben.
So, du haben wir jetzt Rabbi Yaron Reuven, hat gemacht tausende Bakshivas, hat gesagt Drusches, ein paar Mal eine Woche, und jetzt, will bauen eine Yeshiva, und machen eine Kehilla, eine teure dicke Kehilla, in Amerika.
So, lassen wir kurz mal hören von Rabbi Yaron Reuven über seine History, von wie kommt. Rav Reuven?
Okay.
Ja, lassen wir hören nach der History, von wie kommt Jid, der Zweitens.
English?
Ja.
And I don't speak English, but nobody's perfect.
Introduce yourself. Your
Sure.
history.
So as Kvodo already said, my name is Yaron Reuven. I'm about Tshuva. We started the organization of Zikuya Rabim, doing Kiruv and publicizing Torah, and almost 10 years ago, and actually to be exact, about 9 years ago. And Baruch Hashem, we have 12,000 lectures in Hebrew and English, and also translated to 14 other languages. So we reach all parts of the world. We even have some people in Japan that are listening to us. I even have some people in Iran, in Australia, literally in every country in the world. At some point or another, we've gotten some feedback from them, Baruch Hashem. And one of the main things that a lot of people like about our work is that we don't sugarcoat anything. We simply tell people what the Torah says, what Chazal says, and it's given people a lot of chizuk, especially in the areas of Kedusha, regards to Tikkun HaBrit, regards to Yirat Shamayim, and a lot of the things that are missing in this generation of political correctness, where, unfortunately many people are scared to tell people the truth, or they're not comfortable doing it for whatever reason or another. We have an entire generation of people that have no concept that there is schar ve'onesh, that there is reward and punishment. And one of the main things that we see in the world of Talmidei Chachamim is that to them it's simple and it's obvious, but to the general population, it's very foreign. Some people even think that the whole concept of punishment and Gehenom is from Christianity. So this is, Baruch Hashem, has helped a lot of people get some Yirat Shamayim, do Tshuva, but the organization, as we continue to grow, we realize that we need to do a lot more than just teach Torah. So we've done a lot of food distributions. We've fed over 160,000 people over the last several years. During the holidays, Shabbat, any major times of need, like for example during the coronavirus, we're giving out hundreds of thousands of dollars to different families in Israel. We have two KOLs in Israel that are KOL for Dayanut. One of them is in the first phase of Dayanut. The other ones are in the second phase, meaning that they should complete and get their full smicha of Dayanut probably within the next 5 years or so. We've published 32 books of our own from myself, 2 books, and then my Rav, Rabbi Frank Kachlon, has done quite a few. We've given out all of the things that we do for free, meaning all of the lectures are free, the books are free. We've distributed over 154,000 books for free in Israel, in America, in Europe, different countries, Germany, England, in Australia, all over Canada, Baruch Hashem. So we've given out all of this stuff for free, and we've also made over 300 Torah films about different topics, short films and long films that Baruch Hashem have received tens of millions of views from different people around the world. So there's a lot going on, a lot of moving parts. And one of the main things that we're trying to do now for the last couple of years is to actually have build a community, not just a synagogue or a KOL, but to actually build a community that's, a very serious community here in Florida, in South Florida. And because I know that there's a lot of people from all over the world that want to move to where I am, but I keep telling everyone not to move here because I don't really have anything to offer. They'll come here, maybe they'll attend some lectures, but they'll go to different synagogues, different KOLs, different places. And unfortunately what happens is that people get mixed up and confused, and it's better that they just go somewhere else where it's more stable and functional, like Lakewood or Muncie or, different places around the world. But the key is to actually build something here where all of these people that have this, this similar ideology of Yirat Shamayim and really being serious about Yiddishkeit are actually going to move here. And but for that, we need obviously the help of the people that are viewing us, the people that are familiar with us.
The help, da wissen a bisschen, Rav Reuven, a bisschen mehr für nahe history. Rav Teller, sonst Masber, was man will du wissen, a bisschen mehr bekannt.
Yeah, so they want to know about your history, how you became about Tshuva and Wall Street and that.
Oh, okay. There's actually a film that we made called HaShem Took Back His Millions. This is the first big film that we made, which is about my personal life story. I was born in Israel. We came to the United States when I was 10 years old, lived a secular life. I was a very good student in school and was, taking college classes as a young kid, and eventually went to Wall Street. And after a struggle of a couple of years working for other people, I started working for a big company and started becoming very successful. And by the age of 23, I was a millionaire. I made my first $1 million. By the time I was 26, I was making hundreds of thousands of dollars every month. My biggest month of my career, which was in May of 2006, I made $1.6 million. I had a hedge fund, I had a brokerage firm, an insurance agency, and trained over 130 employees and brokers and different types of people, all legitimate business, no shady business, no stealing from people or companies or anything like that. Everything was legit, and we made a lot of money. I did over $1 billion in business over the years as far as transactions are concerned. We were making $50, $100, $200 million investments in the stock market on a regular basis. But all of this came crashing down, not only because of the crisis that happened in 2007, 2008, but also because I had a surgery at the end of 2006, an elective surgery that went wrong. Something went wrong with the surgery, and my entire body changed. After that, it affected my entire nervous system, where from that moment on, November 18th of 2006, I woke up in pain, and pretty much the pain never stopped. But for the first 62 days, it was pain 24 hours a day where I wasn't able to sleep for more than 15 minutes. I started bleeding from my eyes. My entire nervous system was breaking down. In so many words, I was dying slowly and horribly. In the worst possible thing you could imagine. After those 62 days, things started calming down, but then complications came back, and I started having a whole series of new surgeries over the next 7 years. So for the next 7 years, from 2006 to 2013, was pretty much, I was in and out of emergency rooms, in and out of hospitals and surgery centers, and over 50 different experts and specialists were not able to diagnose the problem. There was not, they just didn't understand what does this elective surgery have to do with the rest of your body and why you're in pain 24 hours a day. So this whole thing obviously made my career meaningless. During this time, obviously, my business went down, money went out the window, friends became enemies, everyone that was able to take advantage took advantage, and my whole world came crashing down. Until it's during this 7 years, I actually met my my rabbi, who's actually also my cousin. His name is Rabbi Yaron Reuven. He's an extraordinary Talmid Chacham that completed the Shas 4 times before he was 20 years old, twice the Bavli, twice the Yerushalmi. By now, he's in his mid-30s, and he's written somewhere in the neighborhood of, I think, almost 55, 56 books. So Baruch Hashem, he's an extraordinary chacham. He's gotten askamot from pretty much everyone, all of Gdolei Ador. And he, at this time, he's still, obviously, he's much younger. This is almost, 14 years ago or so. He didn't know much about me. I didn't even know he existed. But my mother, God bless her, she connected between us because she knew that I was in a very, very bad situation and I needed help. So she connected between us. We started talking, and he had answers for questions that I had my whole life. And even though it wasn't making the money come back and it wasn't making the health come back, it was giving me some spiritual satisfaction that I never had before. Because even though I had a lot of rabbis come to my office every week, getting donations, I would give a lot of money to anyone that came to me. I like to give, and this is something that continues, Baruch Hashem, until this day. But nobody ever cared about me being a Mechalel Shabbat. No one cared about me being intermarried. No one cared about me pretty much keeping virtually nothing. They just cared about the checkbook. As long as the check clears for a few $1,000s or more, everything was fine. I was apparently a tzaddik. And this is actually one of the things that, inspired me to eventually, leave Wall Street, not try to rebuild, and actually start teaching people what I knew most people apparently don't know, because I speak to people, and I see this basic information, basic Masoret of Am Yisrael is apparently lost in translation, and it's only privy to people that are Talmidei Chachamim or people that have dedicated their life to Torah. And so along the way, as I'm learning from him, I started publicizing his videos on YouTube to get more people to listen to. But he speaks in Hebrew only. So one day he tells me, "Listen, you're a good speaker. I've been a speaker for business purposes for over 20 years." And he told me, "Why don't you teach?" I said, "I don't know anything." He said, "Well, don't teach things that you don't know. Teach the things you do know. Whatever we learn, you teach." And this is how it started, where, at one point I started a shiur at the Beit Knesset during Suda Shlishit. Then I moved to Florida and I started a weekly shiur at my house. My father was actually in the hospital. He had pneumonia, and he asked me if I could, I told him that I was doing a shiur, and he said, "I want to see it. Send me a video." So I recorded the video, and I couldn't send it to him in any other way, so I figured, let me just put it on YouTube and send him the link. It makes it the simplest way. So I sent it to him for him to watch it, but then I found out that other people watched it also, which was surprising to me because, again, I don't know anything yet at this point, but people made comments and they liked it, and I said, okay, so we'll do it again next week. And this whole thing started that way, where, the shiurim started getting more and more people to watch them. People actually started changing their life. People wanted to convert to Judaism. People wanted to do tshuva, get married, all these wonderful things. And this started a extraordinary, spiritual revolution around the world from all types of people that really wanted to know the truth uncensored. And during this whole journey, I rubbed a few people the wrong way because I said, what the Torah says, which apparently is not in agreement with people that care too much about money. So when I say to them that a Mechalel Shabbat, if somebody that drives to shul on Shabbat has no share of the world to come, apparently this doesn't rub people the right way when they're running a kehillah and almost the entire kehillah is driving on Shabbat. So this obviously started a little bit of tension with different places here in Florida and other places where the kehillah liked me because I was helping them, but the rabbis didn't like me. So this also was part of the journey to try to, in essence, tell people the truth, even if their rabbi is not going to tell them. And along the way, also finding out that there are some people out there that are famous and well-known that are unfortunately lying to the public, and it's harming the public. So this was similar to what I did in business also, as far as being an investor and investing in all these companies. One of the things that I also looked for is red flags, meaning things that are wrong. And if something's wrong, if, let's say, the management is stealing or they're cooking the books or they're doing something wrong, there's also a way to capitalize on that, either by shorting the company or doing things like that. So this kind of, made this fit with my expertise because I always look for red flags. I do that with the Torah. I do that with life. I do it in everything. I want to make sure that I'm a very skeptical person. So when I saw that there are some relatively well-known people within the Torah world that are outright heretics, that are distorting the Torah in the most, horrendous way, and the masses are eating this up. No one is speaking out against it. We decided this is something that we have to speak against. So part of what we do also is bring out to light some of this stuff to protect, to make sure at least people are aware of it. And Baruch Hashem, this again also helps certain people, whether it's exposing a rabbi that invites Christian missionaries to the synagogue, or it's, rabbis that say, things like God needs you, something that's complete apikosis. Like, if God needs you, then, who's God then? All types of stupid things like that, but unfortunately the general public doesn't understand this until you explain to them from the sources themselves. So Baruch Hashem, it's been an extraordinary last decade where we have, tens of thousands of people from around the world that are watching the shiurim, that are doing tshuva, that are getting married, that have completely transformed their life. And it's at this point, it's practically affected every community in some way or another, whether it's the Baalei Tshuva, or it's the Hasidim from Satmer, or Bobov, or people from Eretz Yisrael, or from KOL in England. Someone somewhere is always watching one of our shiurim, whether it's myself or one of the other rabbis in our organization. Baruch Hashem, it's been an extraordinary journey, and we're looking to do a lot more. But again, here, for us to be here to stay and justify being in America, we have to build. We have to build something, and that's really one of the main things that we're working on right now.
Yeah.
Ja, so was kannst du sagen? Wo sie können darum zu lange Plätze?
Ja, so ich will sagen, also ja, ich höre schon seine Jerusha schon ein Sachjahr und ich habe sehr nur davon und ich bekomme Sachhisik von denen und ich meine, Baruch Hashem, als es fällt aus in der Welt, wo sie nicht kassiert ist, es fällt aus, da hat man ehrliche, periodische Gehille, was meint zu sagen, gibt der Gedanke, sie machen eine Sache Hille.
Fine. Do I have a way can raushelfen?
He's asking, is there a way that people can help out to build this community?
Sure. We have a campaign on our website, which one of the websites specifically for this campaign is BeEzrat.com. So B as BeEzrat, H as in HaShem, that's the name of our organization, YESHIVA.com. That's this specific campaign. Anyone that wants to contribute is more than welcome to. We'd appreciate it. And also, right now, for anyone who doesn't know.
And also, ich habe was zu sagen. Hello? Als einer, wo kennt geben auf der Website, wo a Weg, wo einer hat nicht der Sachen, wie er can geben. I was saying that someone who doesn't have, can't go to the website and give, how should they be able to donate?
They could donate by sending a check to our organization. We have on the website, there's an address over there. They could also contact us, send me a message on my WhatsApp or email. My email is Yaron at BeEzratHashem.org. Or you could just send me a message on WhatsApp, 917-468-2324, either regarding this issue or any particular question that somebody has. In so many words, I'm very accessible, and anyone that needs help, has a question, wants to help, we're very happy to be here.
Fine. See you this
Thank you very much. Okay.
אני מברך את הרבנים, הרב ירון ראובן, הרב אפרים כחלון, ראשי ארגון בעזרת השם, שהלכו בפי עליון, שעלו מעלה מעלה, יהיה להם ברכה והצלחה. הקדוש ברוך הוא ימלא משאלות ליבם לטובה ולברכה. שבכל אשר יפנו ישכילו ויצליחו. יזכו עוד לעשות כאלה וכאלה. הודיעו תורה לאדירה, אמן ואמן.